Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Monday Inspo with Pastor Nina Obikudo. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it, and the joy of the Lord shall be our strength. It's so good to be with you this Monday morning, and I'm sure a lot of you have checked online and wondered what's happening today. Here we are on Monday Inspo, and I trust that you're having a fantastic start to your working, schooling, business week, as the case may be for you. Now, today on Monday Inspo, we will be looking at intimacy, and we're looking at intimacy in connection or in relation to relationships that we have, relationships at work, in school, wherever. Anyway, generally relationships, and how important intimacy is to the relationships that we find ourselves involved in. Now, very quickly from the Cambridge English Dictionary, I'd like to read to you the definition of the word intimacy. It's the state of having a close personal relationship or romantic relationship with someone. But we will take the first part, the state of having a close, do not forget that, personal relationship with someone. Okay, now while we're looking at intimacy, because a lot of people like to complain about not benefiting enough from relationships that they have found themselves in. Now, this could be a romantic relationship, it could be a platonic relationship, it could be a relationship between you and your colleagues at work, or you and your boss at work, or you and your subordinate, or your superior, or your friends in school, relationships generally. Now, remember, we said that it is a state of being close and personal. Now, very quickly, what came to my mind was several instances in the Bible when Jesus had to work with a close set of people. Now, he said something to them. He either said, "Come up hither," or he says, "Let's go aside." So intimacy is a time to come out from amongst the rest. It's a time to go aside from the other people. And if you want to make the best of your relationship with anybody, there has to be a coming up hither with that person, or a going aside with that person. That's why the definition says it's the state of having a close or personal relationship with someone. Now, that's exactly how you can get the best out of a relationship. You have to make a move to get intimate with that person. Now, when I was in school, it was a big deal for us in the fellowship I belonged to. I think for 2 semesters we had intimacy, as our theme. And somebody gave us the definition of intimacy as intimacy. So intimacy is a time when you come into somebody to see. A time when you come into somebody to see. It's a time where you come up hither to see, to know, to learn something that the rest of the people, even around that person, do not get to see. It's a time where you go aside with that person to learn something, to see something, to hear something about that person that the rest of the people flocking around that person do not know. So we had a lot of people who claimed to know Jesus. We had a lot of people who were following Jesus. But then we had these people who had an intimate, who had a close, who had a personal relationship with him. And of course, there were mysteries that were unraveled to these people, but the rest of the crowd did not know, did not understand, could not understand. So if you want to get the best out of a relationship, intimacy is key. You must set aside time to have a close personal relationship or walk with that person. Now, if you look at the soil, you go to a very fertile soil, maybe loamy soil, that's good for planting and all of that. At the surface, you may see things like stone, things like weed, things like little crops trying to sprout out, some that are falling already and are dying off. You see a lot of earthworms, but you see all those things are not as valuable as gold, right? They may be important because even in school, Something as dangerous as rat, you hear it has an economic importance. Something as cockroach, mosquitoes, they have their own economic importance. So you also see that worms and all that have their own economic importance. But you see, there's something called gold that we all know, and we know the value and the weight of gold. You will never get to see gold on the surface. Never. It doesn't matter how much that land has gold in it. You will never see it on the surface. You have to mine. You have to go deeper and deeper and deeper. You have to come into that soil to see gold. Now, that's what we're talking about. If you want deep things, if you want to get the best of the best from someone, you want to get deep knowledge that somebody has, you cannot get it from afar. You cannot get it just by calling yourself a fan of the person. You have to get intimate. You have to have a close-up, a personal relationship with that person. That's how you draw from the person's deep well. So many people think that people are knowledgeable but don't want to impact this knowledge to others. No. What are you doing to get that knowledge? You can't get it at surface level. You have to go deep. You have to dig deep. You have to go and show that, look, I really want to get this. I'm not like every other person. There are a lot of people making noise, a lot of people dancing around people. But if you want to get the best, you have to be the best at fostering that relationship, taking it beyond face value, getting closer to that person. That's why people have mentors. People have people that they go to learn from. It doesn't come on a platter of gold. Oh no, it doesn't. They spend days, they spend so much time, they have so many classes with these people, they give them so much work. I've had a lot of people who have come to me and say, oh, I like you, I like what you do, and please, can you help me? Pretty young people who do not even really have any job they do aside. Maybe people waiting to get into school and all of that. And the very first assignment you give to them, you never find them again. They are lazy. They are not ready to work. They are not ready to commune. They are not ready to spend time with you to learn, but they want what you carry. It is impossible. Except you are a thief. That's the only way you can get that like that. You need to build your relationship with someone to get the best out of that person. You need to be willing to go into that person to see. That's how you become more knowledgeable. You need to be ready to spend time to watch that person. Now, even for people who get married, they may be very different. But you see, after a couple of years, people start saying, oh, you people are beginning to look alike. Oh, you people are beginning to sound alike. Oh, you people are beginning to walk alike. Now, there's a very ready scenario in my mind. And when we're growing up, a lot of people used to come to my dad for counsel and all of that. You know, and I think there was this particular day that someone came to the house and was looking for my dad. But he wasn't around. But they met my mom. And then, upon inquiry, they said, this is why we came to see daddy. You know, I'm paraphrasing. And they told her the story, blah, 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 blah. And my mom said, oh, wow, he's not around. But I think that if he was around, he would say this, this, this. Now, before these people leave, my dad comes in. And then he tells them exactly what my mom said to them. Now, that did not come because that was just a guess that turned out to be right. It came from a place of intimacy. Being intimate with my dad, she had learned, you know, his ways, the kind of counsel he gives, the kind of things he will say, his kind of judgment about a particular scenario or situation. But that only came because there was a close or a personal relationship between them. So you want to get the best out of your boss. You want to get the best out of your friends in school. You want to get the best. You want to be like this person. Don't just call yourself a fan. Don't just stay outside the court and wave your hands. You need to come in. Come up hither. You need to set aside time to watch this person, learn from this person, be mentored by this person. And that's how you get the best. So what other people are looking for outside, you get it very easy because you are inside. Because you are inside. Intimacy intimacy. If you want to make the best of your relationship at work or wherever you find yourself, don't stay afar and grumble. Come close. Form a formidable relationship with that person, and you will draw out gold from that person. I hope this has helped you. I hope it has encouraged someone to take a bold step, walk up to that person and say, I'm here to learn from you. I'm here to have a close-up relationship because I want to get this, because I want to be more knowledgeable, because I want to excel, because I want to move a step higher in this field or in this realm. And I trust that your testimony will not be different from, I am flying high. Now that's it on Monday Inspo. And until I come your way again, stay safe, stay blessed. Stay knowing that God loves you so much, and so do I. And remember to pray for Nigeria. Nigeria will be great. Have a blessed week.